Alright everyone, here we are with ticker symbol IDEX, Ideanomics Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all my first time viewers and investors. Welcome to my channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all my subscribers, welcome back. And let's jump into this chart. So the first thing I want to point out is the 50-day moving average. It's 281. Currently sits at that point. Write that down. We're currently slightly in bearish territory. And the reason why I'm pointing that out right away is due to the fact that there has been a tug of war here. So the bulls try to bring this up. They barely touch resistance. They got rejected. It fell quickly. And now it's hanging out sideways. And it hit a new low here that was not touched in days. And that was right here at 256. The last time that we were that low, it was back here on the 25th, which was last week, middle of last week. Now, here we are with the lowest point, 256. That is probably the most important support level. And we're going to look at that closely in just a moment. But here we are seeing some type of consolidation. This is probably one of the best things about this stock right now. There's a tug of war, ups and downs, and there's a consolidation right now going on. The question is, if they break through those lows, which the lowest point is 250, and then the next lowest point is 221, this will start to see newer lows and get deeper into bearish territory. But right now, it's holding up pretty well. No matter how much of the ups and downs, it's hanging around in the same area. I mean, it's staying close to that 250 to 280 range and not going any higher or any lower. Now, that's good and bad because the movement is kind of stagnant, but it's not hitting newer lows. It's holding itself up. There's some important numbers here based off the chart that we want to watch closely though. So the first thing I want to point out is the true lowest point in this whole sideways movement, and that's 250. I think I stated that in the most previous video. I'd write that down. That's way more important than up here at 256. 250. Now, our lowest point here was 221. If that gets broken through, this will start to see newer lows and get deeper into bearish territory. But let's look at this closely. Keep that 221 and 250 range as a point of reference. Jot that down. Draw a line on your chart. Keep all that information in hand because these are the two most important numbers for the next coming days and weeks. So you want to keep those numbers in mind. Now, in resistance levels, the most recent one is super important. That's right here at this point at 315. But we're going to look at the new one. This is going to be pretty narrow, but 315 is the most important. And then the highest point before this dip and leveling off is up here at 372. And then obviously the highest point was up here, but that was such a volatile 30-minute time frame that I like to use this one here before looking at that one, which is 372 before the dip. So that's the highest point before they started to fall. Now let's look at our new resistance level and support here. It was touched twice, so that's important as well. So support, as I stated earlier, is 256. We're currently sitting at 277. If this works its way closer to 256 or breaks through it, you would want to start looking at 250. And then between 250 and 221, if they both get broken through, and so forth, right? If these points do get broken through, we're getting deeper into bearish territory, pulling further away from the 50-day moving average in a downward direction. So it's going to be super important to pay close attention to these numbers. How quickly are they moving? And before paying attention to any other support level, pay close attention to 256, which is probably the most important one right now. 256 is the first support level before getting to any of the others. Again, the 50-day moving average is 281. That needs to be broken through by the bulls to work its way up to newer highs and get back into bullish territory. But once that's accomplished, the bulls need to break through this resistance. It was touched twice. There was 2 rejections, and it's super important to turn it into a support so that the bulls can pull further away from the 50-day moving average and work their way up to newer highs. And that's 284. The bulls are going to want to break through 284, turn that into a support, and work their way up to newer highs, to then work their way up to this point here at 314, 315, give or take, right? Those 2 points of reference to reach newer highs, newer resistance levels, and pull further away into bullish territory. But before getting there, 284 is the first step that needs to be turned into a support so that the bulls can work their way up to new highs and get deeper into bullish territory and pull away from the 50-day moving average in an upward direction. I hope that with these cues, you guys are well equipped and prepared for tomorrow's trading day. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money. At the end of this video, there's going to be a pop-up video, and in that video, I will be discussing about the S&P 500 index and how it's been rising several points on scheduled dates. As you see here on the graph, these circles are the dates that the pumps have happened, and I use them as examples to show you guys how much the stocks have risen and the S&P 500 index rose on those dates. And the reason why it's rising is due to the fact that the Federal Reserve is pumping the markets. On these dates, the charts and the dates speak for themselves, as we can see it here, and I break it down into more detail in the video. But just to summarize it, on these dates, the S&P 500 rises, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, anywhere from 30 cents to $3 per share. I know it may not seem like a lot, but per share that does add up, and these individual ticker symbols are giving you back profits. These are profits, and like I always say, profits are profits. Whether it's $1 put into the market and you get back $2, you've put in an initial investment and you got back more than what you started with. That's what it's all about. And also in the video, I go into further detail showing you guys these dates and showing you how much it rose. Like, for example, this was one of the last pump dates, and the lowest point that it reached was down here at 35.11, and the highest point reached was 35.57. That's like a 40-point jump. And here we're seeing the same thing. It went down to 35.88, and it rose up to about, I'd say, let's see, this is all still in the same day. It rose up to about a total amount of 36.23. When you do the math, that's almost a 40 to 50 point jump, and there's individual ticker symbols rising up with this. Now, I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform every single investor on the great news, on the opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You have to do your due diligence and research, but these charts and the dates speak for themselves. I mean, this was probably one of the largest jumps that I've seen in the last couple of pumps, and it was down here at 33.02, and it rose up to about 33.88. That was an 80-point jump. There was probably ticker symbols rising up more than $3 per share on those dates. And even on these dates, there's individual ticker symbols rising more than $3 per share. Check it out, see for yourselves, and my best advice is look for ticker symbols that may be resembling the behavior of the S&P 500 index, and you'll be able to go ahead and give it a shot. Check it out. Again, I'm not there to tell you to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm not there to guarantee you profits. I'm just here to go ahead and share the information along with every single viewer and investor. The video should be popping up soon. If you haven't seen it already, pop up. There is the link down below in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.